Aloha, I'm Mr. Hand, as they say in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. What's up, everybody? It is CamLove16, the gamer, the storyteller, the commentator, the hacker, and, sometimes the hopeless romantic, but I will get more to that later. I'm here to update y'all. It's been a while since I've been on YouTube. I unceremoniously quit just because it was getting a little tedious on me mentally. I didn't have as much time to make videos as I once did, and I was continuing on with the rest of my life, and I felt as if YouTube just wasn't going to be a part of it. But, with the state we're in, where we're all a little bored, we all want to rekindle those old things we loved so much. I feel it's time to come back to YouTube and just talk a little bit, keep y'all updated, and try and share as much wisdom as I can from my experience to help anyone that's listening and needs to hear something I'm going to say. I'm not going to frame it as if I'm a genius or I'm any sort of scholar or psychic or any sort of help guru, but I'll just speak honestly because in a time like this, we need honesty. I'm a rising sophomore at Hampton University. I just finished classes a couple of weeks ago, and I'm studying political science with a pre law concentration. And I am minoring in leadership studies through the William R. Harvey Leadership Institute. Political science has always been something I've been interested in. Ever since I was, starting my high school career, I found that I took a real interest to history classes and, morality classes and philosophy classes. And I feel as if I could do well in a career in politics. And so I'm taking that to the realm of political science. I love studying government. I love studying diplomatic practices, international relations, and those are all things I got to briefly, introduce myself to over the course of the year, and I'm looking forward to continuing on with them. My pre-law track comes from my desire to go to law school and hopefully get into either, being a defense attorney or maybe doing entertainment law to bring in my love of music. And I would hopefully like to use that career as a lawyer to get me into either politics or diplomatic relations. One of the things I'd love to do at some point in my life is work with the United Nations as a diplomat, and I feel as if studying political science can get me there in one way or another. As I previously mentioned, I'm a member of the William R. Harvey Leadership Institute, one of the best programs you can ever be in as a college student. If you ever have any questions about it, please feel free to contact me. William R. Harvey allows me to study leadership in a manner I never thought I would, with actual practical applications and book reading, to put it that way, to be so crass. Um, I get to study real world examples of leadership, and you learn the most about yourself as a student. The classes that I took this year for the Leadership Institute were at 7 a.m. I know, y'all college students out there are like, what? That's crazy. Yeah, you learn. It's at 7 a.m., and you really learned to hustle. You learned how to get up in the morning, put on some clothes, and go do the work even when you really didn't want to. And our cohort, because it's an application only group, we learn to bond as a unit because of those 7 a.m. classes. And that's really the number one thing of being a leader, is being able to bond and create relationships with those who you're tasked to work with. And so I'm really thankful to the William R. Leadership Institute for all of that. Um, I'm hopefully going to be in a production of Gem of the Ocean by August Wilson. That will be taking place at Hampton. I'll be playing the role of Solly Two Kings. So, getting back on stage. I love doing that. Um, Other things about Hampton I want to talk about: Homecoming. It's lit. It's fun. Go if you have the chance, but have like at least $300 saved up, and I'm not capping on that. Um, Curfew. Curfew at 11 o'clock Monday through Thursday, Sunday through Thursday, and then 1 a.m. Friday and Saturday. That's a good time. You gotta go back, be in your dorm by the time, or else you could risk getting kicked out of school, and then that's something. But it helps you study, keeps you grounded. I'm glad it happened. My aspirations: I want to be a musician. I know y'all have heard that in the past, but I really mean it. I take time to reflect on the things that I love, and I realize that I love music. I love politics, and that's why I'm studying it because I can make some actual money doing politics. But I want to be able to make an impact on people through my words and through my songs. Um, I've gone from being sort of just a choir boy to learning the beauties of instrumental music to now being at a point where I want to fuse both and combine my other loves for visual medium as well as, literary works. I believe that I'm first and foremost a poet and afterwards a singer-songwriter. I'd love to be in the US Senate. Maybe I can give a rock concert in the Senate. Who knows? Grateful Dead is sick. Okay. Summer plans. What am I doing aside from coming back to YouTube? Well, I was selected to be a Frederick Douglass Global Fellow, which is a program run through CIEE and the Penn Center for MSIs. I was selected as one of 10 students out of who knows how many people applied to study in Cape Town, South Africa next summer. And so, for the time being, I'll be taking a class on that, and that'll be great. I'm taking an oral communications class because, why not? And there's a couple other fellowships that I've got in the works that I'm hoping to hear back from. And some things that I can't talk about because they'll beat me up. Anyway, I know I said earlier I'd get back to the whole thing about me being a hopeless romantic. Your boy, I know this is going to be hard to hear for the ones that have stuck with me through this thick and thin. Your boy was in a relationship. Oh, I know, crazy. Two actually, since I've talked to you all. I was in one relationship that lasted a little while, and I really enjoyed that relationship, and I'm thankful for what this person was able to give to me in terms of teaching me what it means to love, what it means to care, and what it means to put someone else's needs and interests first. I ended up going to prom with this person. She's cool. And I just got out of another relationship, which really taught me the meaning of knowing oneself before you enter into something with someone else. When I got to college, I was still really shy, pretty unconfident in myself. I was lacking, quote unquote, the guts that make a man. And this person inspired me to see the confidence in myself and to see my potential and recognize the things that I can do. And through that love for myself, I was able to love so much better, and I was able to love in a way that really meant something at the end of the day. And to that, I'm incredibly grateful. You could say I'm not a hopeless romantic anymore, but I'm still going to say it because your boy will always be a hopeless romantic, because it took me 18 years of my life to get to a relationship where I felt I had something with someone. So that's hopeless romantic levels. But aside from that, those two relationships were beneficial. I'm not going to say they didn't hurt, and that there weren't times where I didn't want to be in them, but that's life. You take the good with the bad, and anything that is worth it, there are risks and there are negatives that you have to factor in. Anything else? I just want to keep you all updated on music. Sinatra. I'm into Sinatra now. He's cool. In the wee small. No, okay, I won't subject y'all to singing. I'm in a punk rock phase, which is interesting because the last time I talked to you all, I was really big on like Swans and Sun Kill Moon and who else? Like Animal Collective. But now I'm returning to my roots. Blink 182, Bowling for Soup, Sum 41, great bands. The real thing I want to talk about in this video, and I know that's a very weird non sequitur, is dealing with rejection. Okay, it's not about girls this time. I know, it could be, it applies to them, but it's not about girls. I'm at Hampton, as I said before. At the beginning of my high school career, I had no idea I would be at Hampton University. I was completely set on going to a quote-unquote high-ticket school. The UVAs, the Michigans, the University of North Carolina's at Chapel Hills. All those schools that you see as the schools that create leaders and create graduates that are known, because you can tell someone, hey, I went to blah blah blah, and they're like, wow, this person must have really done something with their life. And when I was coming around to senior year, I kept those sentiments with me. I ended up applying to a couple different schools. I applied to the University of Virginia. I applied to Syracuse University, the University of Kentucky, Loyola University, New Orleans, and Yale University. The reason I didn't say Hampton in that specific statement is because I didn't actually end up applying to Hampton until the February before I graduated, like really late in the process. Um, what I want to talk about is the fact that I got rejected from Yale and the University of Virginia, and I was waitlisted at Syracuse. Those three quote unquote big ticket schools, I didn't make it in. I actually ended up visiting Yale and UVA before I applied, and I loved them. They really felt like home. Yale felt incredible. I loved the campus. I loved the environment. I loved the people I talked to. I had the chance to audit a class, and I loved the classroom environment. But it wasn't for me. At least that's what the admissions counselors thought, you know? Same thing with UVA, and I felt so much harder about UVA. I have family ties to UVA. I had a family member that was going to UVA at the time when I was applying. I loved the campus. I had a great time. I spent a couple weekends with that same family member, and I loved the campus life. I loved the football games. I loved going to a big school. I loved the fact that it was a great school. And if I would have gotten into UVA, I could have gone for free. You can fill in the blanks as to why. But, I remember after playing the national anthem for one of my school's basketball games, my senior year, I got that letter, of course, in the form of an email that said I wouldn't be going. I didn't get in, and that hurts tremendously. But at the end of the day, you have to take the step back, and this is where the lesson that comes in. I know I'm already running long. It's my timer showing me I'm at 12 minutes. But you have to understand that when doors close, it hurts so much, and you'll always consider what if, what if, what if. But the key to being successful, not only in your career, but in life, is to when the doors close on you, you have to make another decision and stick with it as if it is what you want, because you never know what blessings will be coming your way by making that decision. The fact that I didn't go to UVA meant that I got into the William R. Harvey Leadership Institute, that I became a Frederick Douglass Global Fellow, and that I have the GPA that I do, which is, I don't want to brag, so I'm not going to say the exact number, but it's a good GPA. And the relationships that I had with my friends and both with my ex that I had at Hampton, I wouldn't have gotten at UVA. And it was meant for me to be at Hampton to experience those things. They say don't talk about politics and religion at the table, so I won't get too in depth, but I'm of the belief that everything in life happens for a reason. Even when you don't think it does, everything happens for a reason. And that's what I want to leave you with on this video. Everything happens for a reason. I started playing guitar for a reason, even if I don't understand what reason that is just yet. I'm studying political science for a reason, and I'm at Hampton for a reason. Life is life. And even in the face of, not going to say its name because I don't want to get demonetized, even though I won't make any money off this video anyway, things happen for a reason. Take care. It's been great talking to you again. I've missed you guys. I can't wait to come back to this on a more full-time basis. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you.